What if God is working behind the scenes in ways you don't yet see? Welcome to HisTime365. Today is day 223, and we're reading Isaiah 45 through 47, where God's sovereignty is revealed and prideful powers are brought low. The Sovereign Plan. Understanding God's control and justice. Have you ever felt that the world is spinning out of control? It's easy to feel overwhelmed by chaos, but today's scripture reminds us of God's sovereign hand in everything. In Isaiah chapters 45 to 47, we see a powerful declaration of God's authority and justice amidst nations that often forget their Creator. In Isaiah 45, God speaks directly to Cyrus, the king of Persia, whom he has chosen to fulfill his divine purpose. This wasn't just a random choice. God named Cyrus long before he was born. He declared, "I have even called thee by thy name." Isaiah 45:4. God's plan was to use Cyrus to free the Israelites from Babylonian captivity and allow them to return to their homeland. This shows us that God can use anyone, even those who don't know him, to accomplish his purposes. As God continues to address Cyrus, he reassures him, saying, "I will go before thee." Isaiah 45:2. Imagine that. God is not only leading Cyrus, but also preparing the way for him. This speaks deeply to us in our daily lives. Whether we are facing challenges at work, navigating family dynamics, or dealing with financial stress, we can trust that God is paving the way for us, just as he did for Cyrus. Next, in Isaiah 46, God contrasts his eternal nature with the idols that the people of Babylon worshipped. He reminds them, "I am God, and there is none else." Isaiah 46:9. The idols are powerless and burdensome, yet God carries his people and supports them. In our modern world, it's easy to get caught up in the idols of our time: money, social media, or status. These things can become heavy burdens instead of blessings when we depend on them for our worth or happiness. For example, think about the pressure to portray a perfect life on social media. It often leads to anxiety and self-doubt. Just like God challenged the people of Israel to remember his sovereignty over idols, we too can find freedom by recognizing that true fulfillment comes from God alone. Isaiah 47 takes a more somber tone as God speaks about the downfall of Babylon. He declares that the city, once proud and powerful, will face judgment. "Thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." Isaiah 47:1. This serves as a powerful reminder that pride and arrogance often lead to downfall. In our own lives, we can become so caught up in our successes that we forget to acknowledge God's role in our achievements. Consider a workplace scenario where a team member takes all the credit for a project. Over time, that behavior can create resentment. In contrast, humility and acknowledgement of others' contributions foster a stronger team spirit and ultimately lead to greater success. God's message to Babylon is a warning for us all, not to let pride cloud our vision of who God is and what he can do. As we reflect on these chapters, it's clear that God's sovereignty is a theme that runs deep. He is actively involved in the world and our lives, orchestrating events for his glory. Just as he raised up Cyrus and brought judgment on Babylon, he remains in control today. Think about your daily struggles. Are you facing a tough decision at work? Are family relationships strained? Are you feeling burdened by your financial situation? Remember, just like God assured Cyrus, he assures us that he is with us. "I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee." Isaiah 41:10. Ultimately, the takeaway from Isaiah 45 to 47 is about trust. We can trust that God has a plan, even when we can't see it. He is weaving every thread of our lives into something beautiful.
Let's choose to place our trust in Him and His sovereignty. How can we remind ourselves of God's sovereignty in our daily lives? In what areas do you struggle to trust God's plan? How does the message of humility in Isaiah 47 apply to our relationships today? What idols in your life might be weighing you down? How can you shift your focus back to God?
Thanks so much for joining me today for His Time 365. Remember, today's reading is Isaiah 45 through 47, so be sure to spend some time with those verses during your quiet time. Tomorrow, we'll be diving into Isaiah 48 through 51, so feel free to read ahead if you'd like to prepare. If you enjoyed this time together, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so that you never miss a day on this journey. I'll see you back right here tomorrow for day 224. Until then, stay encouraged and thank you for giving God His time today.